Welcome to Subramani. Some of the things which people don't tell you when you retire, or you assume that the contrary is true, is the first one. In the US, people think social security benefits are tax free. It's not true. 75% or 80% of whatever they get from social security is taxable. Same thing in India. If you get a pension, the pension is fully taxable. It's horrible situation where you are getting your money back, because some part of the money which is coming is principal and some part of the money which is coming is interest. So you will pay full tax on that. Whatever you receive as a pension, you will pay tax on that, right? So retirement savings are taxable. Wherever the money comes from, it is taxable. In India, I don't see any great advantage in being a 60-year-old or an 80-year-old. There's some small tax break which automatically the government gives you, or by it is done in your computation. So it doesn't really matter, right? So it's not significant. Secondly, retirees don't get any tax benefit under the new laws. There is nothing for you to benefit by. Once upon a time, you got your ATC, ATD, you could pay for all your medical insurance, etc. Today, you have none of those breaks. The whole Section 80 is gone. There is no, whether it is dividend, whether it is interest, whether it is rent, and immaterial of your age and immaterial of your expenses, you pay tax on the whole amount. There are no tax breaks for senior citizens. So please understand that as a senior citizen, you will not go on to a lower tax break. Another myth that people have is, after I retire, I'll be on a lower tax break, on a lower tax bracket. I don't know, depends on how your income is coming from. If you have very smartly have an equity portfolio and you have dividends, chances are your dividends may be only maybe 10 lakhs, right, which is enough for you to run your house. That's fantastic, because the 10 lakhs will be tax free. It is dividend income. But if you've got income coming from bank interest, rent, etc., those are taxed at full rates, in the sense that if you cross 12 lakhs, then you pay a higher tax rate. So tax, you have to sit, think how it works, and then make sure it happens properly. Many people don't understand what is tax loss harvesting, and they don't understand the significance of tax loss harvesting. So please ask your chartered accountant or your investment advisor or a person who understands both what is tax loss harvesting and how to do it, and whether you have done it. Right. Another very important myth that people have, which they are not told when they retire, is your medical insurance will not cover all your healthcare costs. It's a very, very dicey situation unless you have an extremely good agent who knows and who explains to you. For example, let us say you have a 2 lakh rupee insurance for yourself, and a 3 lakh rupee you're part of a family floater. So which means you think you have 5 lakhs insurance. So if you get your cataract operation done, you will get 50,000 rupees, right? 10% of the sum assured. That's what you get in a cataract. Mostly, unless they have specifically said that they'll reimburse the whole amount, this is what you will get. So you think you will get 50,000? No, there is a policy that they have saying if there are two policies, there only one will work. Either the 2 lakhs will work or the 3 lakhs will work, and they'll be very good and say, okay, on the 3 lakh policy, we'll give you 10%, so 30,000. So if you have spent, let's say you spent 75,000 for each eye, you have spent 1.5 lakhs, and you think, okay, 1 lakh I'm going to get, right? So I'm going to get 50,000 for each eye, so I'm going to get 1 lakh. So 50,000 what I'm bearing out of my pocket. No, you're going to get only 60,000 rupees, only 10% of those three. So please understand your medical insurance very well. It's a very, very slippery thing. Similarly, even airlines. If you went and changed your ticket, like say you have got a 12 o'clock flight, or say 11 p.m. flight, and you reach the airport early, you reach the airport at 6:37, and you want to go by a 9 o'clock flight or an 8 o'clock flight even, you can go to the counter, pay 1800 rupees and change it, right? It's a leave early offer or something like that. So you pay just 1800 rupees subject to availability of ticket. But half an hour before, 1 hour before, if you are outside, you are traveling by road, and you make the change yourself, you have a flexible ticket, so you make the change, you will pay a huge price, because you will pay the price for the difference in fare. Maybe you bought the ticket for 3,000 and now it is 19,000, you will end up paying that 16,000 rupees. What you save is the cancellation charges, because you have a flexible ticket. Now, if you don't know these things, your chances are you will lose money, right? You will lose a lot of money. What you could have done for 1800 rupees, you will end up spending 11,000 rupees, and I have done it. right? It was Indigo which did it, and Indigo justifies it by saying, look, you have to understand that in that case we are giving you a confirmed ticket. We are giving you, whereas here only if there is seat available in an earlier flight will you get it. If there is no seat available, you will not get it. So whatever be the reasons, if there are no seat available, you won't be able to book it also. So I'm not getting into the reasons. So knowing the full details of medical insurance, travel, banking is very important, because there are some very simple 2000 rupee solution for which you will end up paying 12,000 rupees or 13,000 rupees. Also understand that senior discounts don't always work. So if you are trying to go by 8 a.m. flight from Bombay to Bangalore, and you are trying to book a ticket maybe 2 months later, and you say I want senior citizen discount, they'll say, oh, senior citizen discount wala seat flight is not available at 8, it is available only at 6 a.m. or it is available at after 12. Right, during peak hours we don't have tickets, we don't have seats in flights where senior discount works, right? So be careful about senior discount. So it is not always very easy. Also remember, if you are in the US, then when to withdraw, when there is no penalty. I think 59 and a half, there is no penalty for withdrawing from your retirement accounts, right? There is no early withdrawal penalty on your Roth IRA, Roth IRA for 5 years. So you can start withdrawing at 59 and a half, and I think at 70 and a half you have to start withdrawing. So you have to know that withdrawing before 59 and a half could involve penalties, and not withdrawing at 70 and a half could again have penalties. So you need to know all these things, right? So you must withdraw from your nest egg when you have to 70 and a half. Another thing which many people don't remember, don't know or forget is to say how long you will live. So many people think that, oh, I'll retire at 65 and die at 72 because that's the average age. It is not true. I mean, yesterday I attended the funeral of a 63-year-old, which means he has actually crossed the average age at which an Indian Mumbaikar does die. But it doesn't mean that you will die at that age. You could live till the age of 93. I have a neighbor who is bedridden for now the 4th year, right? Completely bedridden, which means he's spending a lot of money, having no income. Luckily for him, he's got a pension. But for those who don't have a pension, you have to build it into your portfolio, and your nest egg may have to stretch for decades. Another thing which people didn't tell you is the documentation that you require in this country. It's not funny, so please make sure that all your documents are in place, and that while planning your finances, remember that we could come back with a very severe and very punishing estate duty tax. Very likely that will come back, wealth tax. All these things are just waiting to happen, and the government will justify everything. They'll say, oh, there is wealth tax in US also, there is estate duty in 3 states of US also, there is estate duty in UK. All these things, the fact that we are getting nothing for that is not something which will come out. So the government is capable of levying all these penalties or all these taxes, and be ready for it, right? So that's it. Some of these points I thought you should know for a retiree. Thank you.